2K Sports checks in with our loyal viewers with a broadcast from Washington, the home of the Wizards. The Verizon Center. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, to this broadcast of NBA basketball. Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, the forwards are Parsons and Dirk. Ellis is out there with Rajon Rondo. And it's Chandler in at the 5 spot. Kicks it out to Parsons. Offline with his 3. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Ellis. Jumps up. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
Well, I'd say that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, it sure did. A good job getting it started and a better job finishing it off.
Here's the feed to Beal. It's rebounded by Dallas. Well, you talk about the great European players in NBA history. Dirk Nowitzki, Steve, has to be right at the top of the list.
Well, without question. And another distinction, for Dirk is possibly the greatest 7-foot shooter in basketball history. Actually, I think he is. And then with that high release, his jumper is about the closest thing to an unblockable shot as we've seen, since maybe the sky hook back in the day.
No good. And the Wizards now going the other way. Wall attacking. Here's Nene. And that comes off the assist by John Wall.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've seen him make over and over again.
You mentioned the sky hook. Dirk has actually been working on a version of that shot with his lifelong German trainer. Still tinkering with his game and looking to add to it even now. And he's surely going to be a Hall of Famer. That's part of the reason why he doesn't stop working on improving.
Here's Wall. And that one is hammered home. Savage. That's the way to get some momentum on your side.
Absolutely. Those dunks can really have a deflating effect on the defense.
Especially coming from a guy out of the backcourt.
Now here's Rondo from deep. Ellis. That drops. Ellis has got 7 points.
Well, Nowitzki has a game that's aging so well with his size and touch. He says in the offseason he trains more just on lower body strength than he does on shooting skills, trying to keep that great platform for his shot. He's one guy the defense is not afraid to leave open from that range, and for obvious reasons. Well, I love it. He gets there first, absorbs the contact. Nice play defensively.
No flop there. He took that one right in the chest.
Wizards trailed by 3. Wall attacking. Up and in on the layup.
The height difference there is huge, but he canceled it out with great body control in the air.
Exactly, Steve. He got to the hoop and wouldn't allow himself to be manhandled by the big boy.
Now here's Rondo. Ellis outside. Rondo with a clean look. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Rondo's got his first 2 points. And stolen by Parsons. Chandler kicks to Parsons. And Pierce pulls it down. Wizards have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. The Wizards making the playoffs last season for the first time in the last 6 years, playing around 500 basketball. Steve, what's the upside for this team in your opinion?
Well, their depth and history of injuries have to be a concern, Kevin. I mean, in the East, they'll remain a playoff team, but a contender for the title, I don't know.
That free throw good from Ellis.
And, you know, part of the depth issue for the Wizards is they struggled to find difference makers in the draft. Aside from taking John Wall first overall back in 2010, and their selections have more than often left a bit to be desired.
More often than not today, those shots have not dropped for him.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Well, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Good.
Well, you look at some of the best picks in Wizards history. Earl the Pearl Monroe, Wes Unseld. Great players, but not as many great picks. And that's frankly why this has been one of the NBA's less successful teams over the years.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
For a lot of players, leading comes naturally, but for John Wall and the Wizards, his teammates had to goad it out of him in order for him to start leading the way. When he did embrace that role, it did wonders for the franchise.
Dallas leading by 5.
As far as Wall and leadership, you know, he'd seemingly been hesitant to lead his first few years in the league, but it's become more prominent the last few years as he's gained more confidence and he's grown more comfortable in his role.
Clock at 6. Near the three-point line, it's Ellis. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Ellis has got 11 points.
And as hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan should be simple. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
John Wall certainly seems to have the respect of his team, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. As a young guy who's running the point guard position, and his teammates have great confidence in him as a leader, and you could see that in his growth this past season.
Dallas making a switch here. Berea's checked in. Chandler with the screen on Wall. Berea dishes to Ellis. It's good. Great play set up by Berea. 14 points for Monte Ellis. It's Wall with the drive. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Really tough to get that shot off with the size differential there. That's not an individual matchup he's going to win every time, especially in the post.
Very well done. I didn't think he had any business operating down there with the big fellas.
Now here's Parsons. Nowitzki right side. Fade away, and he gets it to go.
Their offense already flowing. Some stellar shooting while jumping out to this lead.
Well, high-quality shots, and they've been on target with them.
Here's Beal, looking for his first basket still in this one.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's a physical game, and so far the numbers show that they've got the edge on the glass. They couldn't have dreamt of a much better start than what they've had here today.
Everything's worked, especially offensively, and what a lead they have already to show for.
No one near Wall as he lets it go. Misses the three.
I don't know if it's just me, but he's looked a step slow since the start of the quarter. His shooting has really suffered.
6 to shoot. And it's Ellis penetrating.
Huge advantage for them already.
And as well as they've played at both ends so far, this lead might continue to grow.
Monte Ellis, a scoring combo guard, the highest career scoring average ever, Steve, for a player never to be selected as an all-star in this league.
Yeah, he's always been on that borderline. Some of it, Kevin, has to do with, he's only been on a winning team 3 of his 8 seasons, 2 of those in Golden State, and then, of course, last year in Dallas. But you also think about the depth in the backcourt in the Western Conference. Boy, it's tough to make that all-star team.
Again, the Mavericks score.
I like the way they've played here in the first half. Just an intelligent floor game, getting good shots.
Numbers certainly back that up. They're shooting a much better percentage.
Mavericks leading by 14. The Mavericks have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game. He's off on the first. Good on the second free throw. .27 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
They get it back. Now here's Wall. 8 points for him. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there.
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger finishers in the game.
So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. They're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. And a comfortable margin for the Mavericks here, guys.
Solid first quarter for this club. They came out strong and they put together some nice momentum here.
Steve, I like the looks they've gotten on offense. A lot of good ones.
On the court for Dallas here in the second. Dirk and Chandler up front. Monte is the 2 with Parsons playing the small forward. And it's Barea in at the 1 spot.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
Well, the main thing is they haven't allowed many second chance opportunities. And that is always going to allow you to maintain your lead.
Nowitzki's shot's good. Wizards trail by 17.
So often what you're able to do on the road defines who you are as a team, and in the Western Conference where you'll finish in that conference. Lucky for Dallas, they were a very strong road team.
And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Barea with it. On the top of the key. And another basket for Dallas.
Dallas with 23 road wins, as you said, and that seemed to be the difference for them getting back to the playoff picture and driving the Spurs all the way to 7 games in round 1.
Well, Clark, you look at why the Mavs were so good on the road. They just weren't affected by the change in venue.
Yeah, they were top 3 in shooting as a road team, right behind the Heat and the Spurs, unfazed by being away from home.
Looking at who's